Hello and welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and a very special and humbling experience that happened to me that I wish to share with you. Now, many of you know that I ride Ritchey bikes, I sell Ritchey bikes, I make Ritchey YouTube videos or YouTube videos about Ritchey. And that's really because I absolutely love the quality, the reliability, and just the plain old no nonsense bikes that they make. Well, components as well. So, I currently own two Ritchey Road Logics. So I have the gray from like 2014 or 15. I have the Sally Macaroons, which is kind of like a maroon with pink decal, which was awesome for me because I love promoting pink. My mother passed away from breast cancer, metastasized breast cancer, I guess it's called. I have a Swiss Cross Canty. I have an Outback. And what else do I have? I know I have something else. Oh, and I have a Breakaway, right? So two Road Logics, a Breakaway, which is basically a Road Logic, a Swiss Cross, and an Outback. And Jesse now has a Ritchey Road Logic, a Breakaway, and a Breakaway Outback. So our family is getting nice quality componentry and bikes to ride on. But now let's get on to the topic of the day. So completely unsolicited. So I didn't ask for this. I didn't request it. This was not, this wasn't a program that was open for retailers to become this. This is a program that Ritchey started, and I believe it started in Europe, called their Certified Ritchey Assemblers. And basically they sought out shops that they trust and believe that the customer will be served well, that their product will be served well and promoted in the best way to a customer base. And so there are only 15, I'm just going to shorten it for the time being, CRA. There are only 15 CRAs in the Europe market, which I believe it started there. There are 6 in the North American market, which includes Canada and the US. So you can imagine how many bike shops between those two countries. And then there's one in Asia. And I'm one of the 6 in the in the North American continent. So I'm very humbled by Ritchey selecting me for this. And a little bit more history about Ritchey. I mean, it's a very small company. Everyone pretty much might think that this is such a large company, but it isn't. It's a very small group of people, and I think in the California office, I think there's only like 3 or 4 people there. So I think maybe 20 or plus. I think no more than 50 anyway, but I don't have the exact numbers. But I got some swag, so I'll share that with you. But let me read this letter to you that was signed by the fur dog, Simon, and I don't recognize the other signatures. So let's go with this. So congratulations. You are now a member of a very exclusive collection of Ritchey retailers around the world that deliver a high level of service and dedication to your local riding community by masterfully assembling iconic Ritchey bicycle frames with Ritchey's offering of legendary components. And that's true. I mean, most of the bikes that I build with that is a Ritchey bike. I build it with Ritchey finishing kits. So like handlebar, stem, seat posts. They make very high quality stuff. It's pretty much the only carbon stuff I trust. So the C260 stem, which is, has 260 degrees of coverage around the bar and then just has a 100-degree faceplate. Their handlebars, when I built Jesse's Sally Macaroons, the Superlogic carbon handlebar is pretty much the only carbon bar I trust. And then when I built our breakaways, bar and stem were both Ritchey. I got the ergon seat post that has suspension on it, just because we were going back to Pittsburgh and the terrain was going to be bad. So not only do I ride the frames, but I also build my bike and customer bikes with Ritchey componentry. We here at Ritchey want to recognize the value that you bring to your customers, friends, and family, as well as a strong connection that you build between them and Ritchey. It's an important distinction that deserves much celebration. As a certified Ritchey assembler, your customers and community will ride confidently knowing that they can trust you for breathtaking builds with Ritchey products, reliable service, and a positive attitude. You are the critical thread that binds Ritchey with appreciative riders around the world. For that, we honor you. And like I said, that honor bestowed upon me by such an iconic brand. For those that don't know some of the lore, Tom Ritchey's pretty much credited with building the modern mountain bike, right? What's considered a mountain bike. Their road logic frame it's timeless. External cable routing, triple butted tubing, the seat tube collar where it clamps the seat post. It's just a very well made bike. So let's talk about some of the swag. I'm very happy about this guy here. This is now going to go proudly on my entrance way so that consumers can see that. And I service all bikes here, right? So carbon is all the rage, of course, but every now and then when a steel bike comes through, it really tears at my heartstrings that steel is not more prevalent in the marketplace. Although, in some respects you could say it's coming back. Ritchey t-shirt. I should have put it on today, but I already had something on before I came to the shop. So Ritchey t-shirt. And then I have my own bobblehead now. And down here it says, "My bike, still my office." So that's cool. Love the frame there and the welding glasses. So that's Tom. And at some point I hope to maybe do some interviews with some of the folks, Fergus in particular, because we've both done recently some of the same endurance events, Paris-Brest-Paris, the 1,200 kilometer, and a few other things. And then I also want to check out the headquarters there in Northern California. It's just, California's a big state, so that's pretty far away, even though it's still the state of California. But yeah, so, what's going on in the shop today? I have another Outback that I'm building, and I ship these Outbacks all over the country, it seems. So I'm thankful for those customers who seek me out, whether it be from YouTube or I don't know how, but somehow they find me and they say, "George, I want you to build my Ritchey." And lately it's been a lot of Outbacks. There are also a few people on a back order list for a Road Logic rim brake, Road Logic rim brake. And so we're hoping that one of those is coming down the pike. I mean, there's a rumor. So if you want to get on a waiting list, please get on the waiting list. And of course, they have the Road Logic disc and so many other bikes, the Ascent. I mean, they have a nice wide variety of product with all, basically steel frames. Some have steel forks, some have carbon forks, adventure forks with bolts and stuff, so that you can put, I think it's like 3 kilograms per side of weight, but please don't quote me on that. So you can mount stuff on there, and like an Outback, you can mount stuff on the back. I mean, kind of like a light touring bike, not exactly a touring bike, but yeah. And I've got some videos where I've been riding the Outback, and someone asked in a previous video, why are you riding the Outback? Because I just posted a video of Jess and I doing laps around our home, basically, and we did 54 miles with like 66, 6,800 feet of climbing. And they're like, did I miss something? You're riding the Outback? Yes, I'm riding the Outback because some folks have asked, how does it ride as a road bike? So I put 32 tires on there and just started riding it around as a road bike just to see what it's like. And there are some videos where I talk about that, so I'll link those down below. So 2 weekend rides on it. I've done some weekday rides on it as well, but nothing to write home about. So the weekend rides are pretty much the longer rides that I'm able to get out a little longer, if you will. Okay, that is all for today. If you want me to build you a Ritchey, I would be honored to build you a Ritchey, build you an Outback, build you a P29er, build you whatever you'd like. I would be honored to build your Ritchey. Please contact me with the information down below. It's just basically revcycling@gmail.com. So it's a very simple email. And in the meantime, thank you so much for all my viewers as well. Some of you have noticed I've taken a little hiatus. It's just it's just very frustrating putting out, I don't know. I think I'm really close to 980 videos on YouTube, and yet I don't even have 8,000 subscribers. So please like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. You know all of that. Please do it. We look forward to seeing you on the next video. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you up the road.